Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, May 16th, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are, because you are watching us right now. It is time for Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask anyone in our community anything. That's the whole point of it. And there are a couple of ways that you can do so. First of all, you can go in the chat and type a question in the chat or a comment too, and we'll interact in the chat as well. But the most important thing that we do with Ask Us Anything is that we interact together live here on camera. And it's very simple for you to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. You can scratch that itch right there. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. Good. Thank you. Oh, there we go, Robert. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And then on the bottom, there's a button that says raise hand. Click on that button, and we're going to call on you in the order in which we receive you, either that way by raising your hand or by what you share in the chat. Very, very simple. And Robert, I got to say, I loved what you shared earlier today as I'm going to say your online daily wisdom. You are only one decision away from a totally different life.
Amen.
OMG. Isn't that the truth? So, without further ado, let's keep it going. It is Ask Us Anything Saturday. And without further ado, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, our mentor-in-chief, our dear friend, and our GPS to success. Give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you, Unlimited Wisdom family and community. I really appreciate you. Hello, Faith. Hi, Matthew, and my incredible wife, Terry, Sandy, Melody, Lisa Marie, Deborah Bronner, and of course, our hostess with the mostest, Craig. And I guess the only little thing that I normally say a little something before Ask Us Anything. So the thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is me and Matt had a really great conversation. And I know that each and every one of you, if you could just remember a point in time when this happens to you. But, I can't tell you in words, or I can't express in words, watching Matthew in the flow is just the most rewarding thing that, has happened in my life. And so I've been in places in my life where when you really have faith and you're on your imagination and you just say, this is what I'm going for. And it's almost impossible to talk about where your imagination is because there's really no one that you can relate to. I mean, even the stuff that Matt's doing right now and creating right now, his mother and I are like in Cluelessville, we're in Cluelessville.
Can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so watching Matt go into that, and then constantly the world, and it seems like the world and the universe is conspiring to make sure that Matt succeeds. And so this is changing, and this is changing, and this comes together, and this comes together, and then that comes together, and then he gets another, Matt right now is connected with millionaires that are connected with millionaires. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden you get to that place where people go, well, what if we could do this? And what if we could do this? And, can we do this, this, and this? And what about this? And Matt's like, your wish is my command.
Yeah, a lot of these people are like, big players that have wanted to move in certain spaces before, but it was not only not cost efficient, but it would take too much time and energy. And now they're like, I have the money. Like, let's just do it. Like, let's just move and take over this industry. Yeah. So it becomes super fun because I feel like a LeBron James, right? It's like if I'm on your team, you're gonna win, but if you are against me, you're probably gonna lose. So
I have I have a really good analogy, Matt, that just popped in my mind, and this happens all the time, by the way. So all of a sudden, it's happening right now. I was showing Kyle yesterday that yesterday they were practicing at the Indianapolis 500, which is the biggest race in the world that happens every year. And it showed this guy going around the track, and there was a guy that just hit pole, or the fastest time, And again, they race a week from now. And his average time around a 2.5 mile oval was 232 miles an hour.
Wow.
And so then the guy that goes out after him, they just happen to show him in the car. You're like you're looking from his eyeballs, and it's like he was doing like I think 198 miles an hour, and he's in third gear. He's he's warming up the car at 198 miles an hour. It is like he's going around. They go, that's the warm up lap, and he's just so smooth. And then to think you're doing 200 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden you're starting to come around a corner to go across the checkered flag, and you hear the car go at 200 miles an hour. You hear it go, wing, wing, wing. He shifted 3 more gears after 200 miles an hour. So, whoom, across the checkered flag. And they had figured out something with this guy's car, and that's why they put the cameras on it. And they're going, he's traveling at 232 miles an hour. Watch his hands. It was smooth as glass. And he's like, and that track has, 4 corners, and so he goes into the corner at 232 and it dropped to 230, and you just see his hands. And he's like, and they're just going, so much stability, so much horsepower, so much control. And it's like they're moving a football field a second. And I'm going like, so Matt, being the engineer mind, the creator mind, the driver comes out and gets in that car and everyone goes, fucking everything is different about this car. What are we going to do to compete with this team? So if you're a top driver, all of you want a car built by Matthew.
That's eventually the way that it's going to get, right? Like things like Posting Pilot exist right now, but I'm the prediction guy. I think my predictions have been halfway decent so far, but I truthfully believe that by fall we're going to be looking at a lot more done for you software than people paying for subscriptions, because it will just be easier to have something built for you by somebody than it will be to just pay monthly for something someone else made, right?
Right.
To a certain extent, at least for software and stuff. So it's like, I met with that group of TikTok influencers with Corky, and by the end of it, they're like, yeah, we can't do this on TikTok and we can't promote like this. And then one of them was like, yeah, but like, is there a possibility with AI that we just make our own TikTok now and then we could just promote that? And I was like, well, of course that's possible. But I was like, I'll run something by you guys. And they're like, okay. And I said, all those data centers that are getting built, why are they getting built? And they said, well, for AI. And I said, did you know YouTube has 3 petabytes of video that's uploaded every single day, and only like 5% of that actually gets views?
Golly.
So like, imagine how much data you would have to save everyone's TikToks, to save everyone's.
You could call it Talk Tick.
Yeah. So I told them, I said, wait till because there's this show that was on called Silicon Valley, which is like, starts to look prophetic now in a lot of ways. But in there, the main guy creates a company called Pied Piper, and their whole entire company is based around what I'm talking about, taking big files and making them really small, like compressing them without losing a lot. So I'm like, I would bet more that we could come up with an AI compression method better than we could beat TikTok in any other way, right? And then when you start thinking about a compression method, it's like, why not sell this to everybody? So it's like, yeah.
But the way I think too, Matt, is like when I would use the example of coming up with a better mousetrap or a better car, and then every driver wants you to build a car for them. It's this constant deal where, wow, at one time it was MySpace, then it was Facebook, so if you're always creating something that everybody now wants to go to, instead of, because the one thing that Mr. Wonderful consistently says on the Shark Tank that I think is a stupid, stupid, stupid statement. It might be for some things,
Hmm.
but when someone comes out with a better mousetrap and a better idea, then he goes, listen, when the big guys figure out what you're doing, they're going to smash you like a cockroach.
Yes.
Oh, so Facebook didn't try to do X?
No, right. They tried Threads. Threads is still
Yeah, they
around.
came out with Threads, and everyone's going, okay, so if other people are doing this, then we'll do it. Uh, no, not interested.
Well, it's like if you have a club and then a new club opens up and then nobody shows up at your club anymore. It's like people really like even Facebook blowing up and then watching Instagram blow up and then Facebook acquire them for like $2 billion. That came from that same spot. Is it's like,
Yeah,
wow, the cool club now is Instagram. If we don't acquire them, they're just going to replace us. And so,
yeah,
like in a lot of ways, that's how it's worked for a bit. So, like Mr. Wonderful talking about them squishing them. I mean, that happens on the regular, right?
right.
Like one of the things that's funny about Amazon is Amazon has Amazon Basics. And the thing about it is that they algorithmically and stuff, this is before AI, were aware of certain things because they're the distributor. So because of that, they can look at products and go, wow, this company that's selling through us is really doing well. Can
Right.
we find our own distribution, spin off their product as an Amazon Basic, price it lower, and then because we own the algorithm for the site, make it the number one product that's promoted?
Like
And
Kirkland. Yeah.
yes, and destroy businesses. And they did that. They did that quite successfully, right? So it's like even the TVs you buy now is like, oh, I got an Amazon Basics TV and I got this and that. And before you know it, you're going to have an Amazon apartment. So,
But yeah, I just wanted to come on at the beginning and just to say to each and every one of you, please, 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 keep your imagination going and allow the universe to start bringing stuff your way, and instead of just abandoning. I told Matt too. Another thing I'm super proud of him about is some of the things that he tried at the very beginning of doing this stuff, that it taught him lessons that everything that he creates, he has to 100% own. He can pay people out of it, but he doesn't need to give them a percentage of the company. He can later if they do freaking whatever amount in sales. I think that would be really, really cool if he said,
mhm.
"Hey, listen, to lock them in, you did 300,000 in sales with us. So what I want to do is give you a couple percent of the company." I mean, that talk
Yep.
about locking their ass in. It's like, well, listen, I'd rather be building my
What
own
do you
than
think I'm going to do
somebody
with
else.
Paul and Eric with Posting Pilot? Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
then and just watch them if they, I would tell everybody, at least give them 90 days. um, but me personally, Robert Hollis, I've never ever ever taken that step. I've always been a promoter of something, a distributor of something, a consultant of something. I've always, where I've always had difficulties, even though we've made a lot of money, is when I really wanted to do something big. They would see how much the company was earning. Listen to my words, earning, but there wasn't no revenue because the revenue went to the company that I sold the stuff for.
Hmm.
Okay. So the big game for the big boys is revenue. You know what I mean? So, if Terry made, $5.4 million with MDC, if she just got paid 10%, that should be at least 50, $60 million in revenue. See,
Right.
it was for MDC and Josh Wagel, but it wasn't for the Hollis organization. So they got paid really, really good, but we couldn't get to count that for revenue. So that's the step that Matt's stepping into. So when people are looking at him and he says, well, I just did $1 billion in sales. That's $1 billion in revenue. And that sort of makes you
Right.
it And the biggest and biggest of all worlds. So, Matt, I just wanted to publicly tell you how much I
Oh,
love and appreciate you and how excited I am. And
well, thank
and
you.
and yeah, and then let's answer some other questions to help them get some revenue.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's like the two things you're always looking at now is like MRR and ARR, so monthly recurring revenue and yearly recurring revenue YRR, right? So or annual, but you know what I mean. So like I think when you
Bless you,
talk
love,
about
love.
when you think about like yeah, bless you, mom. When you're talking about certain businesses or things along those lines, you know, even when I was talking with my dad earlier, I there's you could call it fate, you could call it destiny, birth, whatever, right? And me and my mom have had great talks about this. Dad, of course, we've had great talks about it. But it's like, you know, I was the type of kid when I was 8 that I was drawing logos in a book and going like, I'm gonna own a software company over here and a film company over here. And I even had the umbrella. I called it the Umbrella Group was the
He
name.
drew the umbrella with
Right.
all
And I'm
the
like this
things.
8 year old going, I'm going to own all these companies and then it's all going to go to this conglomerate and I'm just going to build this huge mega corporation, you know, based off of all these things. And, you know, to go through and everything that I've done so far was hand picked in a way, if you wanted to look at it that way, for me for this situation. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I feel so grateful for the people that I have around me, but I also feel so excited and ready. Like every morning I wake up with more people coming to me and I'm like it's almost like a flock feeling, right? Like they feel the energy that's coming off of me and the excitement about what I'm doing and they want to be part of it. And it's like it goes further, right? Like I'm working with this one guy that's a millionaire. And initially I was just building out something small for him. And then today he showed up and he's like, dude, like I want to start like a company with you. Like what can we do together? I'll fund it. You know, what funding do you need? And that comes from him going, I was up till 3 a.m. looking at some of the stuff you were doing and reading up on AI and some of the stuff you do. And he's like, from my situation, he's like, I've only seen 2 or 3 things like this in my life that have gotten me this excited for like this moment in time. And so I don't think that would exist if I didn't get on the phone with him and like he felt that energy from
right.
me about what was possible. And so, and I know you guys are like family, so I know all of you know that energy. But it
Yeah,
is really excited to see outside of Unlimited Wisdom and outside of these things, even some of these big business people like look at me and go, here's like an opportunity to like, I don't think I'm like these people, but maybe I should. But it's like, here's a moment, and he said it, it's like, I feel like I have the opportunity to get to Steve Jobs while he's in the garage and
yeah,
invest in him. And he's like, and I know if I just invest in you and you keep going, that I will be a billionaire. There's just not a possibility that that's not going to happen. And so as you have that and you have people believe in you and believe about what you're going for and your mission and what you want to accomplish, like of course I want to bring as many people with me as possible. Like
yeah.
I see this as like a movement that I can help facilitate. So that's kind of
Well,
the way that it is.
there's nobody on the planet that can be a better grandmother than Terry. So
No doubt.
she's locked in. If I now it's like I feel like my whole life is reversed. It's like you know, she probably always at times was saying, you know, geez, if Robert just disappeared, you know, then where am I going to get my money and how am I going to survive? And you know,
That's funny.
well, you always said like sometimes when money got rough, it's like, well, I'll go make my own money, right?
Hmm.
And now things are shifting where I got to continue to stay in her good graces. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think you're good. Yeah,
Hey,
we talk
I gotta
fondly
be a
about you
good
though.
servant for Matt and Terry, so I don't get kicked out in the street.
Well, it's funny. We still have, you know, I was going back and forth with my dad this morning and I'm like, man, like I'm sorry. I feel like the only time we've been touching base because I've been so busy lately is just for you to transfer money around, right?
Yeah.
Like to send it to this person or to move it over here or whatever it may be.
And I told him
And
you know, I have no trouble with accounting skills. I can make sure I've been putting together taxes for the Hollis organization and their employees for a long, long time.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. So let's take questions. I
Yeah,
love you and appreciate you so much, Dad. Thank you for sharing that.
you bet.
And
You bet.
I wouldn't be the man that I am without you. So,
Oh, that means a
you
lot.
know,
That
you and Mom both are foundational in who I am, of course. So,
so your dreams and imagination for your children, I don't mean to be mean, but I never ever imagined, and me and Terry sat down from the time that we decided to have them. We never had the dream is wouldn't it be great that the second they turn 18, that we fucking kick them in the street and they figure it
yeah,
out on their own. It's like, and I don't mean to be mean to people, but that's what happened to me,
sure.
and for Terry, it was more of independence. She went out on her own way early than normal people do because she was raised by parents that said, "Listen, the number one key thing in life is to be independent and take care of yourself." And
Right.
she's like, "Okay, I'll do that." And it is funny that we still have our youngest son still at home with us. You know what I mean? So most kids can't wait to get away from their parents. And no, we even had our daughter-in-law live with us for
Yeah,
quite
in
a
the
while.
beginning
So
when right, yeah. Well, I mean, like how long was that? No, I mean the first month when we got married, of course, because we needed to get a place. We put everything in storage and started building everything in Life Mechanic. Yeah, like half a year or a year we lived there with you guys. So,
and
I
it was awesome.
it was great. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So,
I never even thought about it. It's like we'll say one more thing. It's
mhm.
like so you get married and seems like a blink of an eye, and then you ask Terry and I if you can bring your wife to live with us. We've never even met her, and all of a sudden it's like you're living with us, and then you launch, and now it sounds like in a weird kind of way that now Terry and I are going to move in with you.
No, I'm gonna build you guys a house, the house you deserve. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just the type of person that like now that I'm in this path, I'm happy and I'm fortunate. The money is not the motivator for me; it's just a necessity. But to go where I want to go with it, and to help the people that I want to help, and build the things that I want to build. But the reality is like I love what I do. So we were talking about this earlier, Dad. It's like I have people now that have known me, and they're like, "Dude, Matt, you're gonna be able to retire like at 40 if you
Yeah.
wanted to." And I'm like, I'm never gonna retire. Like it's just I retirement for me is working hard at a job that you somewhat like, somewhat don't like, to finish it off so then you can do the things you want to do, the hobbies you want to do and things.
Why
I
why do you
love what
want to
I
why would a
do.
person why would a person want to stop creating?
Well,
The
if
idea
you're
of
retiring from a
retirement,
job to go create, then I would say it's
yeah,
worth it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
for me, I'm already doing something I really enjoy doing, and I don't see that slowing down. I see that speeding up. So like, I think that I'll be doing this as long as I can still have the energy to do it. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah. If you guys have big dreams, listen to what Matt and I was talking about. Now we'll go to questions. We're talking about Taylor Perry.
Tyler Perry. Yeah.
Yeah. And he builds his own studios in Atlanta. But he knows that he's got to find a way to get the best of the best people to work for him. So you know what he builds? A suburb. He builds a suburb with a school, with a rec center, everything that a suburb would have, a library. And he builds this, and none of the people that work for him had to get a loan. So why don't you come work with me? I have a house that you can move into. While you're in it, you feel like sticking around, then we'll figure out a payment arrangement for you to eventually own the home. And then they got a company car and benefits. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, where do your employees go when no one can take care of you the way that he took care of his employee? It's like, I think your employees are sticking around if you're paying them correctly. It's like, hey, why don't you come work for us? Are you going to get me a home? What? Yeah, I'm living in.
Yeah, best I can do is pay you not enough to be a man.
And everything that he did for his employees is a tax write-off.
Absolutely.
That's thinking way outside of
Well,
the
it's like
box,
spend my
man.
money on where it matters, you know what I mean? And so like to a large extent, like where I know where you're going with it, Dad, from our earlier conversation, but that is exactly what I want to do. Like I want to facilitate this ecosystem of creativity and of people where I live now and make it a mecca for those things,
So
right?
Matt wants to buy Temecula.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like to a certain extent, I don't think I even have to buy it. I think that the influence will
Yeah.
be there just from helping people around. Like this, telling you what, you guys, you get a hold of this technology and you start like working with it and doing things. And I'm like looking at the city council and all of the stuff here in the city that I'm in and the ecosystem and how it all works. And I'm like, give me like a month with this system and it'd be so amazing and work so well for them. And then I'm like, all right, well, I guess I have to sit on some city council meetings then and get in these people's ears. You know what I mean? But that's the type of stuff where when I start breaking ground out here on studio space and stuff like that, they'd already okay it because Riverside's pretty legit. But I want it to not even be a question. I want it to be
Yeah.
like, economically, we want this, you know? So, and I think that that will be the case. I just love it here. I don't want to move. So I'm putting
Don't
my roots
don't
here.
don't forget about the flying car shuttle from Temecula to Orange County.
Yeah, and I mean technology. The whole entire thing. The technology will be able to vastly change the way that it works. I want to turn Temecula into a not only what it currently is, which is a tourist city, but like economically, I want to turn it into like an AI powerhouse. Because you know, like in general, I think that LA is a little too much, you know, and I think it's time for something new. So I think that this is the space to do it. It's close enough that, like you said, you could take one of those flying cars or a helicopter and be in. They do have a private plane airport. They might get on you like Taylor Swift though if I took a private plane from here to Orange County. That's a little like that's a little too much jet fuel for no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. Yeah, be electric. Be electric. All right, let's answer questions. Thank you guys for allowing me to um, share how proud of a father I am.
No.
Absolutely, Matt. Thank you for sharing. And I think what the future's so bright, we're going to have to wear shades.
I always have to wear shades. I have green eyes and they do not work in the sun. So they hate the
Ah,
sun. Yeah, my wife has dark brown eyes and she's like, "Oh, I can see everything perfectly." I walk outside, I'm like,
yeah.
they're like, "Hey, Matt, take a picture with everybody."
Okay, on that note, Matt, I barely wear sunglasses. It's very
Really?
rare that I do them too
What eye
because
color do you have?
it's more of a brown, but it's I've been told it's also hazel. It's I don't know, really
So,
really weird coloring for my eyes.
yeah, you guys can look this up or ask your AIs, but like the eye color that you have has a significant reason why you can and can't see certain things. Like green eyes are arguably like one of the worst for light. Like but at the other hand, I'm like a cat. I can see everything at night. You know? No, I
Okay.
can't. I
Well,
can't.
we're gonna have to dive into that at another time, Matt, because there's must be a majority of color of someone's eyes, because they can't see themselves being successful and happy. So what fucking color is
Ooh.
that?
That's not a color. That's blindness. Because they definitely can see it if they look. You know, especially
Yeah,
right
Yeah.
now.
true. Hi, Deborah Grady. I didn't see you jump on here.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
Let's
go
go. Let's go.
ahead and do Ask Us Anything and appreciate all those shares. This is going to be great. I see two hands that went up. Lisa Marie Cook, you are coming up. Your hand just went up, but Sandy Baker beat you. So, that being the case, Sandy Baker, open up and share with us.
Hey,
Okay,
Sandy.
okay. Hey. Okay. I know I asked you a question the other day, Matt, but I
Of
want to make sure
course.
that I understand this. So I couldn't put in the Immunotech website. I had told you that,
Hmm.
but my HempWorks one worked perfectly.
Okay.
So when I get over to my reference assets,
Okay.
um, I I thought, and I could be wrong, that's why I'm asking. I
Hmm.
thought that all of those pictures and logos and my voice and everything I put in before was supposed to field over to that. Is that
Right.
not, it should
So
have? Okay.
So to a certain extent, yes, the demo
Uh-huh.
that you're using is more just to show you how it works. The
Okay.
system itself, when you get the calendar and it schedules out and everything, and that's moving very quickly. So I should have that out even the end of this week, which is going to be
Okay.
exciting. But in general, all of that information is for the brain part, the AI brain part that's attached to your business. So the
Okay.
demo really doesn't have a brain of its own. So it's pulling the information from it, and like that might be just not pulling the right pictures and stuff that we have, but we have all of that information in the system for when it launches. It's just the
Okay.
demo might not be pulling it. I can make sure that it does though, so I'll get back with my staff. I'll get back with my staff and we'll get that fixed.
Okay.
But it
Me,
should. It
myself, and
honestly,
I.
I think it should. You know what I mean? Why
Okay.
wouldn't it?
Okay.
So
And then my second question is when I'm doing one for like my Sandy Baker Wellness for like my energy healing,
hmm.
how do I tell it to use my Serafina image? Would I put that in my prompt to use the Serafina image?
Yeah, so when you're doing the demo right now, you can just use it as the person, Serafina as the person. Like
Okay.
just use the demo for anything you want. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you And the reason that it didn't take the Immunotech stuff is there's some websites that have protocols against scraping, and Immunotech is one of them. So there's some people that they're like, I don't want any bots to ever hit my website. So when you send the link, the AI goes to hit the website, comes back without it, says no, but it will work for like a majority of people don't care and they allow it. But there's some websites that you might run into that with. So a solution to that, and I'll figure out something inside of Posting Pilot for this. But if you send the link to like your Claude or Chat GPT and then just
Hmm.
send it a picture of all the information and say, can you write this out? Because of the way Claude accesses the website, it looks more like a person and not a bot. So then it could just fill out all that. So I've been telling people, if you have a product or something that doesn't work, just have your AI grab all of that information and just paste it in there, and it should work with the
Okay.
demo.
And that's what I did when I was having it build the brain too, is I
Yeah.
talked to Claude and then I filled it all over. Um, and I just had it do an image for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because you said dude on there as I was talking about why did it put a dude on here? And I said dude at the same time.
Uh-huh.
But did it make the dude on here because I did not have tell it to use my picture?
Correct. So
Okay.
the way that this works, and it's going to get a lot stronger. There was a big breakthrough that happened this week, and so even as I've been working on Posting Pilot, Google's going to have their big event here in 2 days and have a new video
Yeah,
generator. So
I
it's
saw
like
that.
that's going to be amazing, right? But in general, the way that I'm doing it is I'm having the AI look at all of this stuff, write all the prompts and everything, and then put it in a particular structure that has to fit in 3,000 characters and then go forward with it. So if you don't have an image there or you don't have a product there or a place, it just guesses those things. Now there's a box below that says optional. You can write anything you want. I can pull
Hmm.
this up for you.
Yep, I see that.
Right. That box, anything that you put in there, it's gonna use that as a feed in. So if you said I want the person riding a unicycle in that box, they will be riding a unicycle. So it puts whatever's in there as a priority, and then the box above that is like what they'll say when we turn video on,
The speaking
right?
line. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So C Dance 2, I mean, for you, Sandy, I would turn it on sooner, but we have a few people that just click all of the buttons and don't put anything in on the other side. And so we had to shut off C Dance because they cost like $1.50 per video. So
Hmm.
for founders, it's not a big deal, but when we do the subscription, it'll be a little bit different. But we didn't want the outputs on those videos to not be good. So I want to work with everybody individually, and that's why I said in chat here, it's like, let's set up a
Hmm.
Zoom this next week so me and you can get on, and
Okay.
I'll refine that brain really well, and then I'll turn video on for you so you can use it with C Dance with Serafina, because I think you're like one of the perfect people to test that. So
Okay. All
I
right.
agree. I
And I
agree, Sandy.
yeah.
think, oh, the watermark part on here, the brand mark, watermark logo, I can just use my heart that I use on there, right? Just load that right up in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Okay.
because
I
of the
mean,
way that the images work too, Sandy, like if something, you guys got a direct contact with me,
oh,
Sandy. So
look
if
at.
you sent me a message and went, I wish all the hearts, I wish if you went, I would love to be able to generate more images. I will turn that on for you. It's not a problem at all for me.
Okay.
The images are not the expensive part. It's just locking the video down. So if you're testing stuff and you go, oh, these didn't turn out very well, and I wish I could just go to town on it, I'll set it up so you can go to town on it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
because you're
So
helping me a lot.
I'll just play with this now, and I'll just make a little folder of all my stuff that I sent for the brain so that I can
Okay.
make sure I have it all, and then I'll just load it up in here and make some more images that way and see what it does.
Perfect. Well, thank you for
Okay.
doing that. And of course, thank you for being a founder too, Sandy.
Yeah,
Really
and-
appreciate you.
Yeah, I love it.
And Sandy, just understand as a major priority of a founder, Matt wants to make you one of the poster children. You know what I mean? So
No.
yeah, yeah.
Or
It's
Serafina, whoever you want,
what,
Sandy.
what was the handyman? You know what I mean? Big in living color, the handyman. You know? But yeah. So Sandy, thank you very much for your faith and belief in Matthew and this moving forward. So yeah, you guys got to use Matt so he can, Matt, Matt's going to teach me, but Matt created that video of me walking out and it looks like I got security and everyone's
Mr.
yelling at me.
President.
Yeah, that was
like-
Posting Pilot.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
that was not only Posting Pilot, but listen, you guys, 90% of the messages that I got said, "Is that what happened to you in Colombia?"
We got him.
There was only 10% of the people that went, "Is that AI?" And less than 1% of people went, "Oh, that was AI." So, when something looks that good and people look at it and just go, I'm pretty good with coming up with little taglines all these years. So it's like something's coming and it's like, what the hell is going on? So I got a lot of people right now that are, I know will end up just being, monthly subscribers, but it's like for people like Terry, I sent a couple of pretty cool things to Susanna. You know what I mean? So Susanna reached out and said, what the hell is going on? That's, one of Terry and I's friends. She's been around us like, not as long as Melody, but a long, long time. So, but she's always in a number of companies. So it's pretty cool. So thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That
thank
was my
you so-
questions. And I'll wait for our Zoom and go over everything else.
Yeah, no, let's schedule. I'll reach out to you after this and we'll figure out a time this week and we'll load the brain up and make sure everything's working correctly.
Okay, sounds
So,
great. Thank you.
thanks,
You
Sandy.
bet.
Sandy, thank you very much. And by the way, if you have not seen that video, I just posted it in the chat titled,
Craig.
"Wow, Big This Happening, Next Level." So check it out.
Well,
It's fun.
Did I not even say it correctly?
That's what the video title shows.
Wow, big this
I
happening.
can change that. Something big is happening, right?
Posting Pilot did not write that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you can definitely tell that's me. All capital letters.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
so
but
I will change that to say something big is happening.
No, leave
Yeah.
it alone. It's doing
to,
well.
to share with everybody and to share with Sandy too. That video was created by Posting Pilot, and that's the way that the system's built to work. So the way that it does it is it makes content that's engaging on social media, and it looks for things that are currently trending and all these different kinds of things. It makes content, and then we'll schedule it and post it for you on your social media. So of course, this post is not promoting anything, right? But the reality is the reason that nobody sees your posts anywhere anymore is because you're getting no engagement because you're constantly pitching or you're constantly doing this or that. These types of posts are meant to, from my experience marketing, push your accounts and your things to more engagement. Therefore, your messages get seen more, your content gets seen more on the social media platform. So then when you do share something, it can be pretty amazing. I'm going to show you guys actually a quick clip. I'm going to send this in chat on... if I send you something, Craig, could you play it on here just because I don't want to mess with it?
Sure, not a problem. Go ahead, send it to me.
Since you're the hostess with the mostest. Just pull that. You can download that video too, but pull it up and show it to people. This is not.
Okay, I was looking in the chat, not the other chat.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay.
So
That one. Yeah.
the amount of cool things that you can do even when you're getting
hang on.
involved with the products, right? So it's like, imagine promoting something and being able to do something like this with it. Now, there is some AI jank in this video. That's why I'm trying to get it perfect before I release it to everybody. But when you watch this, you're going to see with the music and everything how insane you, with your image or whoever you want, your AI avatar, anything, can promote really anything. It's going to be crazy with posting.
All right.
Pilot.
You ready? Here we
I'm
go.
ready.
Hold on.
Wake it up.
Restart.
Yeah, no problem. I do that all the time too.
Now, the audio did not click in right away, so I don't know why, because it's usually set all the way up. All right, here we go.
Wake it up.
Too clean to choke.
So it's like crazy because when you think about promoting your products, you have all of those videos that are engaging, right? And engage the people that are connecting with you. And it's figuring this out and getting better and better at doing it. And then in between those, it's mixing incredible videos that no one's seen before, like that, promoting what you're promoting with you in them. And it's like, I just think that this is going to be one of the best things ever. Like, I don't know how for promoting stuff, because like I just have never
ever.
For real, like I feel so grateful to be in this moment in time, because it's like, damn, like I can actually create a system that does all of these things, and you don't have to know all the digital, you don't have to know how to prompt, you don't have to know all these things, you just have to have references, right? And so it's super cool, and we're almost to the point, right? Like if you give me enough information, I can make you references. So yeah. So thanks for showing that, Craig. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you. When I saw it, I was blown away, and especially.
And yeah, Chris did see it.
Classic Corvette. I mean, the ones they have nowadays, if you'll pardon me, the ones they have nowadays, meh. It's a Lamborghini wannabe.
I was blown away. Deborah put in a great idea here. Every once in a while, you see one of these things come out where, everyone puts their picture in to make them look like they're at the Met Gala, and it's like, when, not if, when posting pilot is just cranking. And then all of a sudden, Matt sees something where everyone was going, I'd like to see myself there. And then
like winning an Oscar.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everyone's coming to posting pilot because they want a picture like that, because everyone is that, the cause of membership of everyone using, your app or whatever to create something, that is going to be incredible.
Yeah, and I can see like it's so crazy because, like me owning it and being able to pay out a decent amount to affiliates too, and like being able to do a full affiliate program with this. I can see people making
one just came to me. Sorry to interrupt you. It's you quitting your job.
Yeah, you could do that. That'd be funny. I mean, really, you could do anything you want. Like that's the fun part about it, is like when I was saying to Sandy that there was a big breakthrough in the technology, there's been a few ways where I can agentically make this stuff now. So instead of the way that I'm currently doing it, which is very hard, it's more prompt engineering, but I'm getting a bunch of stuff, having a bunch of AIs that are different at different tasks, come at the prompt for whatever it's trying to do, and then feed that into the generators, right? Believe it or not, we're now at a point where I could take something like Blue, put Blue on the server, and then you give it all this stuff, and Blue understands your intent and does the rest for you. So now we're starting to talk about things like, and I was saying this to some of the marketing people I'm working with, but it's like, okay, so imagine you post your business in and it goes, this would be the best offer, free offer to get leads in or to get traffic. I'm going to go ahead and generate that PDF or that video. I'm going to go ahead and generate the landing page or the sales page for it. I'm going to go ahead and create the copy and create the email sequence. And then I'm going to go ahead and create the videos and stuff and post the ads on your social media to promote it. All you had to do is have the idea, right? And that's just crazy to me that we're at a moment in time where I can train an AI to just run with that. And I think that that's going to be huge too, because we're not just talking about growing on social media. Like there's a moment in time where, like I said, Posting Pilot eventually will be able to be like, oh, you want to start a business? Here's how you start a business. So the first thing we have to do is submit this LLC paperwork to the state. Do you want me to go ahead and do that for you? It's like, yes. And it's like, okay, the LLC paperwork's written. It costs this amount. Send that here. I just sent the paperwork off. I'll let you know when the LLC's done. LLC's done. We're ready to move forward with setting stuff up on Stripe. And that's really what I do all day with Blue.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys will be able to do that soon with Posting Pilot, which is going to be really cool. But
Very good.
yeah, it mixes those videos in with all of those and the virality of it. Like Deborah was saying with the Met Gala, those different kinds of things are so valuable. I think people are becoming more aware of what's AI and what's not. And that's when you're like on the frontier of it, where you can make a video like my dad shared, where people actually question it. That's like the real big difference. Because the thing is, I've gotten 100 million views in total between TikTok and YouTube, all because I got very good at making videos that almost looked real, but also looked somewhat AI.
Yeah.
So the reality is you get double engagement for those, like my dad was saying. So you get people that go, holy shit, what were you up to? Then you get people asking if it was AI. And then you also get people commenting that it's AI. So you get like 3x the engagement because you stop people in their tracks and they go, they're just looking. They've watched the video now 8 times in a row.
Yeah.
And they're just scouting. Did that person in the crowd like look weird? Or did that look that? Because their brain's going, is that AI? That engagement is huge. So imagine you have a Met Gala thing and you're showing up at the Met Gala and it looks so real that they're going and looking at the crowd and they've watched it 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. And Facebook and Instagram and YouTube are going, promote this more. Promote this more. People keep watching it. So that's how you get. How many views do you have on that on Facebook, Dad?
I haven't even looked. I'll look.
Yeah.
You can go to the next message. Next question.
All right. I know that on YouTube, I'm seeing 262. So,
yeah, YouTube's going to be a little harder.
yeah. But, okay. Cool. Lisa Marie Cook. I know she just is sitting down, but I saw your hand up. It's not anymore. Are you still interested in doing it? Okay. Oh,
Hey,
I'm looking at something different. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I was going to say, I was hoping she would. So,
yeah.
Hey,
okay.
guys.
There we go. So
Hey,
go
Lisa
right
Marie.
ahead. Unmute and please share, Lisa Marie.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted, aren't I?
you are.
Okay. All right. So this is all amazing and good, all you guys. But I gotta be quite honest. I feel like
What? Was there a butt in there?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
There
big
is.
butt.
So what's
So like when people love to
just-
go to Disneyland and you go, I see everyone having fun at Disneyland. This is awesome. They're having so much fun. But I would
See,
never
I
go there.
almost unraised my hand for that reason.
Yeah, see? It's
I'm
you.
fine with
It's-
it.
Yeah, it's your thoughts beating you up. So please tell us. It's like you're just allow that shit to get in your head.
I feel like I'm doing nothing but drifting. I mean, first we're here, then we're there, then we're here, and I just feel like I'm all over the place and I don't know where to fucking focus. I
Sure.
don't. And I feel like I'm not going with the vibe. I'm not pivoting. I just feel like I'm fucking drifting. And I hate it. I hate it.
Well, I love you,
So I
Lisa Marie.
don't.
Yeah,
You're not doing
listen,
anything. You're not doing anything wrong. Like
Yeah,
you're really
Lee-
not doing anything wrong. So
It's all self-defeating. It's self-sabotage. Like when I've been talking about That's why I was bringing out Dino and some of the words, Lisa Marie. It's like if you had 14 roads in front of you, and the people in front of you that you're following are picking, some are picking this road, some are picking this road, some are picking this road. It's like what you have to do, you have to do. And we talked about this the last time you brought this up, is you got to go, I'm going to go down this road a little bit. No, it doesn't feel right. This is not for me. And then what you got to do is you got to put up cones. You got to put up stop signs. You got to put, that is not your fucking path. If you're starting to go down it, that's not your path anymore. It's gone. And so if you don't say that's not your path, then you come back next day and looking and you still have all these things. No, they should be, you should be going down one of them. And then all of a sudden, like Immunotech, all of a sudden you go down that road and you go, yeah, it's just not me. It doesn't feel right. And I can see by a lack of people coming to me about it that I'm probably going to be on this product for the rest of my life. And if people tell me about it, ask me about it, I'm going to share. And maybe every once in a while I can throw up a testimony. But I'm not no longer going to focus on trying to make money from building an organization with Immunotech. When you do that, if you don't put pylons up and a stop sign, see, then you're never, ever eliminating the stuff that's confusing you, the stuff that makes you overwhelmed, right? And so, like when I see your videos and you're talking about, you used to just do scriptures. Then what you did is you started talking about the scriptures. And then you said, let's pray. And the way that you look on the videos and your combination now with your voice and the music, 10 out of 10, they're a fucking 11 to me. And that should be the audience that you're trying to attract. And if that's giving you the right vibe, the right feel, then here's the next step you got to do with faith. Here's the next step you got to do with faith. You got to go all in on that. And you got to stop. Faith is not with your eyes. Faith is with your spirit. So with your eyes, you look and you go, I don't have any views. No one's fucking sharing this. No one's making any comments. Right now, I'm watching The Chosen, the series The Chosen. And it's just so powerful because, all of a sudden you see, Jesus, he's really, really, and she said, where were you all day? And the guy behind him, his father, is going like, and he's pointing at the temple. And she just freaks out like a mama bear would. And she reaches out and she says, listen, it's not time. And he's like, but that's all I can do. And she's going, did you go there? And then on top of going there, were you teaching people? And he goes, that's all I know how to do. She goes, it's not time. Please don't do that. And he goes, okay, Mom. Then later on in the next 2 episodes, he's at a wedding and they run out of wine. And she walks up to him and goes, I need you to help them out. What? It's time. Please? He's like, hey, no problem. I've always wanted to use my superpowers. But what was he doing before that, Lisa Marie? What was he doing before he realized that it was time? He was doing fucking something else.
Right.
Little kids would ask him, what are you doing? I'm a craftsman. I'm a craftsman. I make stuff with wood. I learned this from my father. How can you go from being a kid to one day you're a craftsman to one day you're the Messiah is because when it's time to pivot and shift fucking gears right now. And what you're doing is you're watching all of us, and people are going, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to do this, and then let's do this. And then, no, that doesn't work. Let's do this. Now that's not working so good. Let's do this. And you're looking at all of them, and you're going, how in the fuck am I going to do all of these? You were never meant to do all of them. You were never meant to do all of them. All the time you've been with me, how many people have said, you know what? I'm going to build a YouTube channel, and I'm going to find the videos that I love to put on a YouTube channel, and I'm just going to put my head down and do that. And not only did they do it, but they got monetized. And not only did they get monetized, but they got paid by PayPal. Out of all the fucking people that have listened to me for years, how many people fit in that category? You.
Right.
So some people will see this and some people won't. And I'll go, hey, did I ever tell you about a YouTube channel? Yeah, I did, but I didn't do it. Why didn't they do it? It wasn't for them. But apparently, it's fucking for you.
Yeah.
So why do you got to do it all?
I don't. I just, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know which way to turn. I would love to be a Matthews program. I can't afford the $500. I don't have it. I don't even know if I can afford the $99 when it goes into that. I certainly can't afford the $650. So I'm like, I don't know how I can do this. So it
Okay,
just gets so.
let's just talk about that one thing. Okay? Can we talk just about that one thing then? So when you first came on, it was all of this. Now it's just a price. Just a price.
You know what? That is the big fucking picture. That is.
It is. See? So all the stuff that you did in the past hasn't made you the extra amount of money where you can afford to do this.
Exactly.
Okay? So,
Exactly.
so
I'd be
let's
better
go-
off just buying the product
let's-
every month.
let's put our hands.
Say that again, Robert, because you broke up.
Look, put your hands together with me, Lisa Marie, and we're both going to come up with what's going to happen. Okay, how can Lisa Marie solve this issue immediately? God just told me that I'm paying for your $500 founders.
Oh, shut up. You are not.
Yeah, I am.
You are, no, you are not, Robert.
Yeah, I am.
Robert,
If Deborah can get a Christmas tree, will you accept that gift from me?
Oh my God, yes. I will. And I hope I don't disappoint you.
You're never going to disappoint me. You haven't up to this point. How can
Yeah, I
you
was gonna say
disappoint
that's
me?
not possible.
That's not possible.
Robert, that is just too much. It is too much. But you know what? I know you can afford it.
Say with me, I'm worthy and deserving of this.
That's what I wanted to tell my husband, and I am. I am worthy and deserving.
I'm worthy
of
and
this.
deserving of this. And yeah, I'm going to use your guidance to shock the fucking world. Okay?
Thank you so much.
I love you.
Oh, my heart. You
I
are
love
amazing.
you. I love you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So now here's the way I want you to say it to Freddie. If you say to Freddie, just look at him and go, I found a way to afford the piling. And he's going to go, how? And you're going to go, Robert put it on me.
Right, Sandy. Why freaking tell him anything?
So the only thing that I wish was better is I wish I was there to physically hug you and
me too.
and hold
Terry,
on to
don't be
you.
mad. Terry, don't be mad.
She's not mad. No, this is like, we didn't have a conversation about any of that beforehand, but I'm 100% with him. So.
Oh, thank you guys. I love you guys so much, and I thank you so much. That's all
You're
I
welcome.
can say.
When I say that you're deserving of it, the kindest supporter and the prayer and the love that you've been for the Hollis family, that I would have paid it if it was 5,000.
I just raised the price. No, I'm just kidding.
Robert, I can't.
It's like if I'm
thank
getting
you
money
enough.
from him, I'm raising the price. No.
Right. What'd you say?
500
Lisa
for
Marie?
all of you guys. 5,000.
I said I can't
my
thank
dad.
you enough. That you were amazing.
Well, I
I love
love
you so
you.
much.
And Matt, am I under the right understanding that if a person's a founder, then they don't have to pay for the monthly $99?
Correct.
So you're a founder forever, Lisa Marie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You'll be able to use it, of course, forever. So.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Of
I
course.
don't believe I
Well, I'm excited to
deserve
see.
that,
I'm
but
excited to see what you do with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like Sandy would probably agree with me on this, or Bob too, if he was here. But it feels weird not having you part of the program.
Yeah, I can't
You've
wait.
supported me so
Yeah.
much in all my shenanigans through the years. So
Yeah.
I just didn't know
Matthew,
that was weighing on you. I didn't want to. I'm
Bye,
like
Faith.
from the last. I was gonna say from the last conversations that we had. I was like, maybe she's just gonna hang out and not do any of that stuff anymore. Maybe she's just not interested and she wants to do stuff around because when we were sharing and stuff, it just and there. To be honest, like the founders, there's only a certain amount of them, so I just wanted people in there that are like excited and want to use it a lot because I
wanted to be.
So
I wanted
now
to
I'm
be
like,
in there. I did.
no, I'm excited.
And
So
I got Fred back here, and I
Hey,
don't have to
no-
say anymore. But
no worries.
yeah,
So
Cool,
thank you for
cool.
sharing that, though. Thanks for opening your heart. And
Thank you, you
Have a-
guys.
have-
I love you.
Have a great day, Lisa Marie. I love you, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see all the stuff that we'll do. I know Matt will make sure that you're
yeah,
in the
just
group
give me
that-
your email
Yeah,
and chat.
I
we'll
will.
make
I
sure
will.
that you got everything.
All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Love
You're
and
I don't know
appreciate
what
you,
to
Lisa
say.
Marie.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You'll make us proud. You'll make us proud.
Lisa Marie, thank you so much for your share. That is incredible. And thank you for opening up. Matt, did you have something that you also wanted to share? Because
Yeah,
Deborah
so-
Grady has got her hand raised, so she'll be coming up.
If you guys will humor me for like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, there's this video that initially it took me a while to find, and things find you in your life at the right time. There's this song called Overthinker, right? And it's an EDM song. So you could look it up. I'll find the exact song and link it in here. But he samples this speech from Alan Watts, who is like a philosopher, about overthinking and about how it works, why it stops you from living in reality and all these things. And like Lisa Marie, as I was hearing you talk in the beginning, now the conversation went a different way as you were opening up. But I've experienced this a lot, right? Like you can spend so much time thinking that you are no longer in reality. And you're no longer in touch with feeling or nature or anything. Like you can live in your brain. And so I do this when I'm trying to make decisions, right? Like a lot of us do. We live in our brains, in our skulls, and we're like constantly going, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? Instead of just feeling what's right. What's the right decision? We're letting go of the natural, organic part of ourselves for the thought part of ourselves. So I found this speech. It's only 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I gave Craig the link, and I thought it would be good. I already pre-watched it, but I thought it would be good if we all heard it, just because I think it's information. It's good information. So, and then you guys can look into Alan Watts if you want after this. He has a bunch of really good books. So,
All right, hang on.
thank you so much, Craig.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant, but a bad master. And all so-called civilized peoples have increasingly become crazy and self-destructive. Because through excessive thinking, they have lost touch with reality. That's to say, we confuse signs, words, numbers, symbols, and ideas with the real world. Most of us would have rather money than tangible wealth, and a great occasion is somehow spoiled for us unless photographed. And to read about it the next day in the newspaper is oddly more fun for us than the original event. This is a disaster. For as a result of confusing the real world of nature with mere signs, such as bank balances and contracts, we are destroying nature. We are so tied up in our minds that we've lost our senses. Time to wake up. What is reality? Obviously, no one can say because it isn't words. It isn't material, that's just an idea. It isn't spiritual, that's also an idea, a symbol. Reality is this.
So like he shared in there, right? There is, and I believe that this is more the case now than it isn't, right? And Alan Watts was around in like the 60s and stuff, so it was a completely different time than now, 60s and 70s. But I believe a majority of society lives in their mind.
Yeah.
And because of what he said there, that's even more true today, where we all live so much in our minds that we're no longer connected with nature and feeling of self, right? So when you think about what's the next best thing for me to do, you do know, but your mind tells you you don't. And because you live there and not in reality and not in nature as God or anybody intended, you're missing that. You're missing those triggers, those feelings, those cues to go this way, to go that way. And when you stop living so much in your brain, I love his line in there. Great servant, horrible master. Right?
Yeah, good.
So your brain and your mind are incredible at figuring out things. More complex than a computer still to this day. Right? It is also the worst tool to serve you in making decisions sometimes. Because the reality is a lot of decisions are made off feeling. Right? I could use, Elon Musk almost lost Tesla and almost lost SpaceX. He made a bet because he felt like it was the right bet. everybody around him thought it was a dumb decision.
Yeah.
But it was right. It worked out, and then some. And that I've
His
seen that
brother,
through.
his brother tried to talk him out of it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So like there's a consistency when you read people's stories or things like that, and you go, man, what made that person make that leap or go in that direction? Or maybe you're even looking at what I'm doing right now. It's less thinking, more feeling, more nature, more acceptance of those things, being that's the pull, and that my mind does the opposite of that. My mind is great at working through those problems. It's not great at coming up and deciding what happens with those problems, right? So it's like you can be very, very good, but like you always have to preface it by saying, oh man, I'm so in the chatter of the skull. I'm so in my mind about this that I'm not actually living it. You know what I mean? And the thing is like you'll hear people say, and my dad even has brought this up. He's like, man, I hope you feel good about all the stuff you're doing. And I'm like, to be honest, I still don't even feel it. You know, I'm just continuously working. And so that, in a sense, is chatter of the skull, because I should feel those cues. I should be feeling that stuff. And then when he said that, I'm like, man, maybe I am thinking a lot more than I'm feeling right now. And then you take a step back and you go, yeah, I've been in my brain all day today thinking about all kinds of stuff. Take a walk, you know, listen to music, do something else that does not require thinking consistently, right?
Play with Ezra.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best for me. But like allow your soul to make the decisions instead of your mind, right? Your soul knows what it needs, and if it's hungry, it's gonna be painful. But you know, you have to feed it. And the reality is, the more you feed your mind, that can be pretty dangerous, depending on what it is. So now, of course, we've all brought this up. It's like, it's super easy to fill your mind with negative shit every single day. It's easier to do than the opposite, right? You have to actively, like, if I just grab my phone, I can see negative stuff. But if I want to read a book or go outside, I have to engage with life, right? I have to engage with nature and exert energy. But you're exerting it regardless. You know, if you look this up, people that are depressed or people that are anxious a lot, they burn a lot of calories and are exhausted. And the reason that they're exhausted is that their brain is working 24/7 when we weren't meant to work that way. Like, realistically, if you didn't feel those things, it wouldn't be as painful, right? Then you'd be more like a machine, I guess. You're just thinking and processing. But the reason that it's painful for you, like Lisa Marie, to make a decision, or me or anybody, is because the soul is telling you that's not right, and that your mind is the driver of the vehicle. Can't always have that be the case. I think it's better to go, man, I really love AI. I really love doing this stuff. Instead, I don't really like teaching it as much. I love doing it. Maybe I should just do more of that. And I'm happier for it, because that's what I was meant to do. My soul was telling me, you're meant to create, not teach.
Now, when you made that decision, how many signs do you get on a daily basis that you're on the right path?
Yeah. So all the time. The cool thing about it is it could be it could be the mind, or it could be the soul, but you have certain aspects where, like, when you're looking for signs, there's a saying, like, if you look for signs, you'll find them. But the reality is the serendipitousness of some of those signs appearing makes your soul, or who you are, know that you're going in the right direction. And it's funny, I said soul because the movie is basically about what I just said.
Yeah,
it's about
I was telling
not
people
going after. Yeah.
They should, every time that a person feels lost, they should force themselves in no interruptions to watch the Disney movie The Soul again.
Right.
You just got to do it, because again, let the movie talk to you and say all the stuff that we're talking about right now. But when he makes the decision to follow his soul, immediately everything changes. It changes in a blink of a frickin' eye, and you immediately get yes things from the universe, or whatever you want to call it, that all of a sudden someone sends you a message and says, wow, this is perfect for you. And you're going like, I didn't ask for that. And then
Right.
all of a sudden someone reaches out and says, I've been looking for this. And they buy it. And there's all these little things that people do, which I call road signs. I tell people all this time, I don't know what deja vu and this other stuff is, but there's times in life where you're traveling from point A to point B and you actually feel lost. And then the worst place feeling
Yeah, I don't
lost
want it.
is if you have somebody else in the car that goes, do you know where the fuck you are? And why are they saying that? They can see your actions and they can feel your energy that you're doubting yourself, even in the speed that you're driving the car. If you know where you're going, you're at cruise of 82, 84, whatever you drive, and you're cruising. And then all of a sudden you wrinkle your eyes a little bit. And instead of the fast lane, you pull in the slow lane. And then you're slowing down a little bit. And you're like, you're not in a certain place. Now you don't have to drive and get directions, but all of a sudden you see a green sign. And the green sign says 282 miles to Vegas. And then what do? Your energy changes, and then you're whoa, and it's like, but you never see those signs unless you go down the roads that make you tell you no. Right? I hate when people see that because they go, I just don't know what to do. I know they haven't traveled down a road enough where you feel not only lost, you don't see any signs, and you really start questioning yourself. Back in the days with no GPS, and Terry and I had a car that, got 10 gallons, listen to this. It got 10 miles per gallon with a 10-gallon tank. Yeah, let that work out in your head. So you definitely are looking for gas stations. I never even thought about that, Matt. Terry and I used to drive my V8 Vega the way that people charge Teslas. It's like you don't miss a charging station.
Right, yeah. You gotta be
If
careful.
if you don't have certainty about
Right?
why would I want to get stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no gas station? That's just like stupid. So, but that was a great, thank you, Matt, for sharing. Because
Thank you.
that
Yeah,
video,
I think it attached so well to Soul too. Like, thanks for talking about that again, because like I feel like I need to go back and rewatch it too.
yeah,
Like the reality is you go do things and you experience and you shut your mind off and you allow yourself to feel. And like sometimes I try to remind myself that I have I'm even gonna brag here. I feel like I have 22nd century thinking. So the next century, right?
yeah.
But I was born with a brain and a body that's built to work for survival of the fittest back when I was being chased by animals and other humans.
Yep.
So
How
the reality
do I
is,
make money?
so the reality is that it's
How
going
do
to
I make money? And as you keep doing that to yourself, you then you question yourself, and then you ask other people, hey, listen, how do I make money? Get a job. Get a job. And so you can't even talk to people if they're dreamers. It's like, listen, what are you doing? Well, I'm unemployed right now. Get a job, motherfucker.
yeah. Like
That's
Go
not
ahead.
feeding me. I don't like working. Well, get
Yeah.
over it. Get over it. Find a job, be a plumber, be a welder. Stop thinking. Just go do something that won't give you gratification for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah, you seek those things out sometimes in spaces you don't need them, or, like we all seek validation from people that we don't really want it or need it from.
Yeah.
The best place to get that validation is from like the people you love and yourself. And the way that you get that is by being yourself. If they truly love you for who you are, then they'll give it to you when you are in the flow of who you are, right?
Yeah.
They can tell how that is. So like, I always feel like if I'm running in a world that is constantly moving and changing, but I'm dealing with a brain that was programmed, you know, to survive, then it's not a surprise to me that the more I live in my brain, the more I'm going to be thinking about survival than creativity, because
Correct.
that is the engine that runs that,
That's
right? It's going to
correct.
go. And so survival now is finances. Survival now is food. It's shelter and all these things, right? But, you know, if you have all those things taken care of, then it moves to other things, right? Like, what do people think about me? What do people think about what I'm doing? What do I think about what I'm doing? And there's a lot of questioning that goes on there. And it's all survival based, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yep.
And that it helps and benefits you to take a time to meditate and to think and to release that stuff and feel what it is you're supposed to be feeling, because that really is the key of it. Like, I loved Lisa Marie getting to that point, being like, you know what, that was it. You know what I mean? Because the reality is I've experienced this myself and with the people that I love and care about, is that normally it's like 3 layers deep. And that is because we're in survival mode.
Doing. Some of you thought I was being mean to Lisa Marie. And I trust my heart and I trust my soul and my spirit. And I just needed to go, that's not what it is. What is it? And then I broke through the layers really, really quick. Intent. I did that with intent. And she goes, yeah, I want to do this, but I don't have the fucking money. That's what it is.
Yeah, no. And it does come down to that. You know, if you go to therapy, a majority of therapy sessions end that way, unless if you're dealing with trauma. If you're dealing with something that is on that level, it's normally like 2, 3, 4 layers deep of shit. So you spend the first 20 minutes going over all that bullshit, you know what I mean? And going, you know, Becky didn't respond to my text and all this stuff. And then it's like, by the end of the session, you're going, I really fear abandonment.
Yeah. Before we,
you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what it is. Becky didn't get back to me because she was busy that day, but I felt like she was abandoning me like this person did before. And so the reality is that it's living on autopilot survival. So what do you think the brain does with trauma?
Right.
You know, the soul knows where it's supposed to be, but the brain goes, I'm not going to get hurt again. That was traumatic. Don't go near this, you know?
So you guys know that we're all far from perfect. Let me tell you something that happened to me in Colombia. So I have a call with Terry. And it's probably one of the most unpleasant calls that I've had with her in a long time. And it wasn't based on anything. She wasn't complaining. She wasn't doing anything. It was just, you could see that she was coming across of uncertainty. And I don't know what's going on. And I don't know where this is going to happen. And for me, I'm just going, well, I'm just going to listen. I'm not there to fix it. I'm just going to listen. And she got it all out. And then I said to her, well, listen, as soon as I get home, you need to pack your shit because you're going to go see Ezra. And she immediately started crying. See, all the uncertainty and all the other stuff, no, she was unhappy because if she could blink her eyes, she would have Ezra in her arms. And see, she's not going to say that. No, you know, we need to get this and this, and why are you doing this? And I don't, when is this going to happen? And da 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 da. No, I miss Ezra.
Yeah, we can hear him yelling in the background with Hannah's.
Yeah. So
about as close as you can be.
Yeah. So when I get home, I just jokingly, when she got home, I said, pack your bags, you're leaving tomorrow. And then she says, what? And I said, I'm getting you a ticket. You're leaving tomorrow. And then she goes, yeah, but I got to get a couple of things happen. Well, if you're not leaving tomorrow, I need a date from you today. And so she gave me the date. I booked the ticket right after I got the date. And when she knew that she had a ticket to go visit Ezra, all the shit that we talked about on the phone, she wasn't interested.
Yeah, she said, I've just been peachy since, is what she just said.
I've been a fucking peach
In fact, she's excited. She's going to take care of the stuff for her mom. She's getting the stuff for Kyle and me. She's making sure she's got plenty of food. I mean, her whole thing from the time she picked the date is getting ready to go see Ezra.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get her to leave. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
I
I'm like, you
actually-
stay as long as you want. I'm trying to
actually
get
told
everybody out
her-
here.
I actually told her aunt. It's like she doesn't want to book her ticket, but I also can cancel the ticket.
Repeat it one more time, Robert. You garbled.
I think I know what he said.
I paid and booked the ticket for her, so I can cancel the return ticket.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever you guys want to do.
I'm joking. So let's get Deborah
I was just
taken
playing
care of. Deborah, thank you so much for being patient.
I love my parents. You guys both. The thing that's missing is you out here. So you got to get.
I know.
I'll just pull you and Kyle and the dogs out here.
This is my time.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, I'm like, she came and I'm like, I'm excited to see Dad, and she's like, yeah, he didn't. This is my time out here.
Yeah.
You can drive out there to see him.
She bought a bed for her.
Yeah, she has a room in her house.
She bought a bed for her, and then I show up, and there's not enough room for me.
No, that's funny.
You got the couch.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
doesn't this
going-
one look comfy?
Yeah, so I'm going like, listen, if I'm staying with Matt and Hannah, I got to get rid of 100 pounds. That's why I'm fasting. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, we got stairs, man. That does it.
So I got enough room to get on the bed with her.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Great shares. I hope everybody's getting this, and watch it again, please. Deborah Grady, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Oh, I just love this so much. This is such so much good stuff. And, I want to say, Lisa, I identify with you so much. I started bawling when you started bawling because I understand. I don't think you ever had a family like me either. You're not used to family taking care of you when you need it, So I understand what Robert did for you. It's like, we're not used to that,
No.
And so anyway, I am just, we're so blessed, that maybe we didn't have a good family coming up, but we sure the hell do now, and
That's
God
right.
promises what the locusts ate and took from us. And that's what I feel like we are reaping all our hard work, and God knows all that love we have to give to so many people. And if it hadn't have been for Robert reaching out to me and saying, would you like to come on to Unlimited Wisdom? I'll give you a lifetime. I'm like, well, yeah, that's the only way I'm going to be able to come on if you give me a lifetime. It's always money, 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 And I'm in the same boat with you, too. I walked out of my dentist office a few minutes ago, $5,033. And I'm like, well, you just give it to God. And you just say, and I'm like, okay, God, where's the money going to come from? I have a question, Lisa. Have you been asking God for the money for this? For the pilot?
I have been asking God for a lot of things, but not money. Not money.
Not for this, yeah.
I have not.
You really, truly. I seen a picture today. Thank you, Deborah. That was so sweet.
Yes, thank you.
We're constantly looking for the door, and it says knock and you shall find, and seek and and I had never ever heard of this before, but it's like people consistently are knocking on doors looking for the door instead of just asking God where the door is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. It's like, God, where is the open door? What door do you want me to go through? And a lot of people, Eric feels this way. I know a lot of people that feel this way. Well, they go, I can't ask God for money. And I'm telling you, if you look at money through God's eyes, it's no different than an apple. It's no different than a fish. We're the ones that think different about stuff. So, when people were starving, God found a way for people to get fish and bread. When they were thirsty, he found a way to get water for them. And you can turn water into wine. So all of a sudden, when bartering changed the world and people weren't giving something for something, it was called bartering, is when all of a sudden money and coins and silver and stuff come out. And so you have to look at money as not something other than just a tool, just like a fish, just like a loaf of bread. You got to look at money as something that God inspired somebody else to create. And so why shouldn't we ask for that? That's why in my prayer, I'll just tell you guys what I'm so happy and grateful that money, people, and resources come to me on a consistent basis from multiple sources in increasing quantities. And when I do this with my hands, I'm imagining my territories moving and just creating. And so I'm not ashamed and I feel worthy because God knows what I'm going to do with the money. I'm going to help Lisa, become a part of piloting.
Yeah, exactly, though.
Yeah.
But God does know. That's the key right there. He knows, and we just have to give it to him. And I'm finding, Lisa, as the older I get, I'm learning, and I now am aware and know that what Matt was talking about, I've always had, I realize now, this soul-driven thing towards something. And I'm writing a book called 99 Doors because
Wow,
when I
great
started
title.
off in network marketing, I think Matt helped me with some of it a while ago. It's just one of my many projects. But anyway, my dad told me something like Henry Ford would say, you got to knock on 99 doors until you find that one person that says yes, and and he's like, it doesn't mean that you failed 99 times. It just means you found 99 ways that didn't work.
Yep.
So I used to be, up until I met Robert recently, I used to be so, is it ashamed or less than? Because all I read is, well, don't follow this person. They've been in 5 or 6 companies, and don't follow this one because they've been blah, blah, blah. So all that noise, but God is telling me he brought a Unical. It's great. I love it. I'll probably take it for the rest of my life. I tried selling it. It didn't work. He put something else in my life. So I did that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to feel guilty because I'm following my soul's path. He's putting things in my path that are leading me to people I've never met had he not put that product in my life. And so I'm just following that. And I don't feel like I'm all over the place. I really don't, because God is guiding me. And he closes that door. Trust me, he closes that door if he doesn't want me there. I know because I start fighting. I start trying to keep it open and trying to keep it open. Like, I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. I'm not gonna, And then, right? Am I not right, Lisa? Where we are? We're
like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
the one thing that I see people do, again, it's like Matt said, overthinking. And people have known me my whole life. The number one thing that they always say to me that they're surprised about, which is not really me, it's just surrender. They don't realize this. They're going like, holy shit, Robert, you can just make a decision to hang a left and bank a left. And when you are doing something and then you bank a left like an ant would, you know what I mean? It's like you not only bank a left, but you like floor it. Where's this faith that when you make a decision, you hang a left and you're just wide open? What if there was a cliff there? And I tell people all the time, if I hang a left and nail it, if that's the way God wants me to go, there's going to be a bridge at the end of the road. And so when I step on the gas, all I'm looking for is resistance. That's all I'm looking for is resistance. And so when we jumped in AI upline and it was bank of left and we floored it and I felt immediate resistance. I mean, instantaneous resistance. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. And it sure doesn't mean that it can be right for other people. I think it's a genius idea for certain people.
And repeat that one more time, Robert. You garbled.
Yeah. AI upline is not only a great idea, but it's an ingenious idea for people. Just like some people are still using a Yahoo email address. I still have people that have Earthlink email. AOL. I'm like, you know, I get upset sometimes because me and Matt will get involved in something, and you can see that there's certain companies like AOL. You got mail. Do you guys remember that? You should see how much they throttle the emails that we send to these people. So me and Matt have been doing this for a long time. So they'll sign up on AOL, Earthlink, Yahoo, and people go, well, I've had that email for my whole life. And just go, well, just know that you're never going to get any emails from us because those companies don't even allow you to figure out what's junk or not. Do you guys realize
I don't even think they're delivering emails. I think they're just taking people's money.
Yeah, it's like we tell them to look in their spam folder, their junk folder, their trash folder, everything. We send them an important email. What would be an important email? They just bought something. Don't you think they deserve their username and password to use it? And we have to tell these people, if you don't get a Gmail account, we'll just give your money back. You can't have the product or whatever we're marketing. If you don't change the Gmail, you can't use our product. Well, it's really a 50-50 shot. I've had a lot of people in my life, and Matt knows this, that just goes, well, if I have to change or get a new email, I'll just want my money back. And I'm going like, whatever.
No, I'm like the fastest refunder in the West, man, when it comes to those things. When I did customer support, like anytime we've done this type of stuff, and now that I'm running it, even more so the case. But it's like if somebody's like giving me a bad time or being an asshole, even in support, I'll just respond back and I'll be like, hey, I refunded you your money. And they're like, I didn't ask for a refund. And I said, I know. Thank you for your service or thank you for your support. But I just don't think this is a good fit for us.
Yeah.
And that's good customer service.
It is. Well, you have to, very early on, and especially in general, when you work with people, you have to like early on teach them how to treat you. So even when I'm working with some of these big wig people, I'll get into a conversation with them, and it is as simple as this, right? I just had this happen. I think I shared it with you guys, but it's like I quote this guy $5,000 for all of this stuff, right? And then he says yes to it all, looks over the proposal. And then the next day I'm like, okay, here's the PayPal to send the money so we can get started. And then he was like, oh, $2,500 to start just for social media posts. Like as if the value wasn't on my end, right? And I said, you're not paying for the social media posts. You're paying for my time and energy and focus on something. I said, my time's worth money. It continues to be worth more. I am not cheap. Fiverr exists. Mm-hmm. And I said, you can maybe find somebody there, find someone that's a little bit cheaper, but I'm not one of those people.
Right. And good for you. Good for you.
And now this same person wants to start a company with me. So that's
kind of how it works.
But you know what I mean? You posture it very early. You don't take shit from people. You know what I mean? So it's like you posture early and you go, no, you don't say that to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You know what I mean? And that is with everybody. So you got to do that even with yourself. You know what I mean? That's why I think
more than anybody, you got to do it to yourself.
Well, I got this. I've shared this with you guys before. But I got this awesome therapy technique where it's like anytime I want to talk shit to myself, the therapist got me in my brain to think I'm yelling at the child version of myself, completely stopped it from happening. Because as I went through that meditation and stuff, it's like when I'm yelling, it's like, no, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You're not great enough. It's like, no, I see myself as a 34-year-old telling the child version of myself, you're not good enough. You're not great enough. You're not going to accomplish what you want. I'm like, screw that guy, man. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
I'm protecting that kid. And that kid is my soul. That kid is me.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I
it
like
helps.
that you're protecting your soul. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, it's so, you're so wise beyond your years. That's so. I just love it. But what you said was really true. I just want to say one thing to you. I will be next month in California.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be too far from you. I'm going to be in Anaheim, where I graduated 55 years ago from my
55 years.
Your high school reunion.
I didn't know you graduated in Anaheim.
What
That's
school?
awesome.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I graduated from high school. I was there 69. I just came back from Vietnam, Thailand, and was there my junior and senior years. So.
What school, Deborah?
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Craig would know more than me because he knows that area.
Yeah, what school?
I went to La Mirada, which is now a police academy.
Okay.
Deborah, with 55-year class reunion, how many people do you think will be there? Like 3?
I know somebody asked me that yesterday, and I said, I never even thought about that. I go, I'm expecting everybody. I go, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking everybody feels as good as I do. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I am.
I'll tell you what, Deborah. The gathering of people is going to be so much better because you're there.
Well, yeah, because you know what? I just started on the Facebook, getting to know some of them again. And there's like 2 or 3 I can't wait to meet. And,
awesome. That is so cool.
So I'm excited. And then I go across town to the convention that I'm going to. And that's going to be exciting because I'm as excited as the first convention I went to for MDC. Because I've met some people that I just adore, and I can't wait to meet them. And, they're big network marketers, and, they're people I respect. And I can't wait to meet them. And Lisa, so listen to this. Yesterday, I posted a post about 2 different products that I believe in and I personally take. And I got all the slack. You really shouldn't be, cross-posting and putting this product with this product. But you know what? Because I'm following my soul thing, it's easier to tune that out. Because I'm like, well, God said it was okay, and I don't care what you say.
Yeah, don't mess with the opinions.
Did I do anything illegal? Is there a policy or anything that is illegal to do that? And
I don't know what movie star I recently watched say this, but someone asked him straight out in a podcast. It's like, what is the best piece of advice that you've gotten? And the person said, do not take any information or criticism from people that you wouldn't ask their advice on something.
Exactly.
And I'm going like, I've never heard it put that way. It's like, hey, would you ask this person for advice about anything? And the response would be, I don't know them or what they've done. Then why are you taking the criticism and their opinion from them? It's like, so I've heard it said in different ways.
Yeah, I like that.
But it's like, why would you take criticism from someone that you wouldn't ask?
Wouldn't even ask, yeah.
And ask advice for.
Right. I like that better than they don't pay your rent, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you. I'm done. I will.
You bet. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone.
Deborah, thank you very much. And what a great Ask Us Anything this was today.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Oh, man.
Lots of great stuff. And
so
definite shout outs to Deborah Grady, Lisa Marie Cook, Sandy Baker. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Matt, oh my God, thank you so much. Robert, bless you. Thank you so much too. This has been an incredible one. And please, if you get a chance, watch the replay. It has a lot of really good feels in it, a lot of inspiration, lots of things to take note of. And that's what Ask Us Anything is all about, is you're asking the community for guidance, assistance, and help. So we love and appreciate you. If you want to save any of there's a little bit of information in the chat. If you want to save the chat, click the 3 dots in the meeting chat and then click Save Chat. It'll download to your computer as we conclude. Tomorrow, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Master's Mind. And I'm sure Robert has something all set up and ready to go for us for that to either end the week or to start the week. That's what I love about Master's Mind. It's right there in the middle, depending on how you feel your week it starts or ends. So, love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so very, very much for being here and taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be cash, bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long and have a super Saturday.
Thank you guys so much.
I love you.
Thank you,
Happy
Melody.
weekend.
Thank you,
Robert.
Sandy.
I love
Thank
and
you,
appreciate
Matthew.
you.
Lisa
Love and
Marie,
appreciate
I
you
love
guys.
you. I love you. I love
Love you
you.
all,
Thank you,
guys.
Deborah. Thank you, CJ. Love you.